In the Steel City of Pittsburgh. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City, and a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set, we're set, as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go!
This is Marlon Mack, third-year running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Solid way to start the drive, 13 yards, picking up the first. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football,
through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way down to the 22. Yard line. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Luck. Flush to his right, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. Ryan Shazier got in that time, the first-round pick of 2014. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Luck. And he's going to go down again. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Luck. Over the middle here, it's Hilton. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
It's 2nd and inches at the 2-yard line.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. Here's the second-year back out of NC State, Naheem Hines. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short. Now it's Hines, and he takes it in for a Colts score. Nyheim Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Vinatieri able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
36, 30, solid, 5 down. Here we go, black.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his 2nd season, James Conner. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Ready?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Go. Check out. Hey, alert. He's coming. Focus. He's coming.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That's good for a Steelers.
You think back to all the big games that Big Ben has had over the years in his NFL career, and numbers-wise, his biggest game came against these Indianapolis Colts. That was in October 2014. The numbers from that, gosh, video game like 522 yards, 6 touchdowns, and a 51-34 Steeler win in Pittsburgh.
Bravo.
Throwing now, Roethlisberger on 1st down. To the right side and complete to Washington. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. An update from Buffalo. The Bills have taken the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Watch the shit. 25, check 25.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. His throw caught at about the 5. Give him 30 yards there. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
SOS. Check 3. Check. Why? Get wide. Kill. Alert. Turn it up. Kill. Turn it up. Mike 55. Hey, eat.
They'll look to run with Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
Check out. 380. Check right, check right. Hey, check right, check right.
On 2nd and 11 now. Luck. Throw left side here, complete to Campbell. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Charlie. 55,
Now Luck. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I like what they tried to do there. They didn't get a completed pass downfield, but they came off of a momentum play. Big-time gain on the previous snap. Came right back and threw one deep, hoping to catch them on their heels.
64, weak.
On 2nd down, it's Hines. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Luck on 3rd down. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Luck showing he can be dangerous when he tucks it and runs. He's able to pick up the 1st down.
We just saw a nice example of why teams often bring in baseball guys to teach quarterbacks how to slide in key situations. You want to protect your franchise guy. Make sure he doesn't get hurt. He did exactly that on that play. A perfect slide to avoid the big hit and pick up a 1st down.
Off of play action. Luck. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. 11. Smooth.
Here's Luck. Escaping the pressure right. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Joe Hayden, the veteran, with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Call it a gain of 3, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Check out. 1-2-7.
They'll run on 1st down. Hines. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Hines. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 18.
They run with Hines. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So with 4th down coming up, here's Adam Vinatieri now for the Colts field goal. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Vinatieri, the NFL's oldest active player, also the league's all-time leading scorer, past Morton Anderson last year.
Yeah, he turned 46 in December of 2018. You really can't see it in his leg. Maybe in the beard.
You can see it in the beard.
Maybe in the beard. That's about it. But as long as he's booting him the way he's booting him, keep going, big guy.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
Alert, alert! Hey, watch it, watch it! Slam! Quarter! Hey, orbit! 53's the mark. 53, check.
Now Roethlisberger on 1st down. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Black 80! Black 85! Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. Check 26, check 26. Switch! Black 85!
To throw again is Roethlisberger. And he finds McDonald. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Snickers, 66. Strip that ball. Check 43. Check. Take both of them.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things.
Under 10.
2nd and 10 now. It's Roethlisberger. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 14. You know, when I see passes like that, I'm reminded of something you and I talked about yesterday. Big Ben was a wide receiver the first 3 years of high school, sitting behind the coach's son, and then he finally got that opportunity. I think he's made the most of it.
It's always the coach's son, isn't it? But you know where it helps him? When he looks downfield, he knows what...
That is caught. It's Juju for the Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead.
Touchdown, Steelers.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Stand situation. Let's go.
On second and 2, Luck. Over the middle, hauled in by Campbell. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18.
It's a gain of 20.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
From the red zone now, Luck. His throw caught at about the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. A shotgun snap for Luck. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Vinatieri's kick is good. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
No.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Ryan Switzer, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is up to 8. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. 50. Solid. 5 down. Double bump. Hey, Alpha. 41 Mike. Watch the screen. Focus. Check 49. Check 49.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Alert. Check 9. Double bump. No foul. Hey, Echo. 4-1 Mike. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Slam. You good?
Here's Roethlisberger. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ryan Switzer. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is up to 15 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already.
Check three.
From the gun, here's Love. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
He's checking.
Now Luck defers to Mack. T.J. Watt in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
From the 24, Luck. Now he's flushed, and he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Mark Barrett able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Luck now to throw. He completes this one to Mack. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So his 3rd field goal of the ball game brings him a bit closer, but there's no question they need to start turning some of these 3s into 6s.
And 7s and probably even 8s. You know, as a kicker, you just head out when you're called upon, so he's done his job. It's the rest of the offense that needs to get it in gear. They want to close this gap.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
On 1st down, it's Roethlisberger. Forced out to his left. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
6 guys. Check 6 guys. Check nickel.
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Outright, he gets this one to Switzer. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down.
Snickers. Check 52. Kill. Beat these 2.
Trying to get the first with Samuels.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first.
Quick edge.
From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And an alley to run. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Let's get off the field. 22 jet bomber. Check 4. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship.
To throw again on 2nd down. Roethlisberger. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
50. Line 36. Line 36. Hey, man. Watch the boot. Shit. Check safety.
On third down, Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
Easy, easy. Tighten up, tighten up. Deuce. Tight on.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down.
What's up? 59, what's up? 59, what's up? He's crossing. He's checking crap. Check out.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Check out. 622. All day.
After the interception, it's Locke. And this one complete right side to Funchess. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
16.
Andrew Luck, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks a season ago when he was comeback player of the year. And he needs another one right now if he wants a Colts victory. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Cam Hayward, always a force, got back there for the sack.
Remember, throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Luck and the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Luck. And that will be incomplete.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go on 4th. Luck. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Cameron Hayward. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Rush in. Rush Jack 15.
On 2nd down, Samuels. 9 yards on the pickup there as he'll be left with 3rd and 1. On 3rd and 1, it's Roethlisberger. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line.
Partner, that would look like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. Back to throw, Locke. Throw left side complete. It's Mack. That one goes for 30 yards. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
The defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Luck on 1st down. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Cameron Hayward able to record his 5th sack of the season. To try again after the sack. Luck. Campbell making the catch. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed. They run again with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Nyheim Hines, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys are back within a single score. Vinatieri connecting on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And here's Vinatieri now to kick it away after the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Single. Here we go. Watch 7. Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo.
Here's Roethlisberger. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A Steeler first down on a pickup of 11 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Watch the safety creep. Protein spill. These two.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. To the right side and complete to Washington. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st and 10 is Connor. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Taken in by Switzer on the left side. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Double. Let's go, flag it.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. Flushed out right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, here's Samuels. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. Now the Colts will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Love. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game, because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Luck in the Colts looking for something big here after the sack. This is 3rd and long. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Cameron Hayward in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were